What up, everybody? Lonnie here, ChartsNLabs. Been a couple days, and I apologize. I can't. Just messing with my pup. Um, so today, this video is going to be something new. I was shared a project or an opportunity, resource, tool. I don't know exactly how you want to call it, but I was shared something called MaxFi, which is liquidity pools, and I'm really excited for this one because. Um, as people learn how to trade and do all the manual trading, one of the biggest things that they always learn when they first become more of a successful trader is liquidity and how to utilize it. And then with the tools that we have, like AI and the advancement of such, we're seeing pool trading or group trading, doing these AI platforms and trading through liquidity in a group setting. And then profit sharing using the software license of other projects and such. Um, Now the opportunities are being presented to the individual to take advantage of these resources like liquidity pools. So I'm learning. Today is day one that I dove in on this. I did a little bit of background reading. I watched a couple videos on how tos. I've seen the guys that were in on this ahead of me talking about it and having good results. And the basic principles make sense to me. So I'm going to dive in with this. I'm going to give you guys just a little surface level introduction. This is going to be kind of an open start to my positions. And I'm going to run these for 2 or 3 days, kind of show people what happened. And then this weekend, what I'm going to do is today is Tuesday the 11th. So I'm going to run these for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, kind of monitor them, see what they're doing, if my parameters are good or if I need to adjust them. I'm kind of training um, the algorithms that I'm kind of implementing my bot with parameters that I'm kind of guiding as frame rails and profiting goals that are both um, profitable for somebody, but also conservative enough that the average person doesn't have to be at risk and having to be stuck watching these or having to check their phone every chance that they get to make sure that they didn't lose all their money. So this is kind of just going to be a test run. This weekend I'll make a video showing how to set this up, but this is mostly just an introduction to get some familiarity with everybody. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Um, I'll share my referral thing on this, but the referral thing is very tiny. It's nothing like any kind of affiliate marketing ploy. So if that's what you think this is going to be, you're going to probably be disappointed because the only way to really make money on this is to actually utilize your capital. It's not taking advantage of other people's underneath you. So that's that case, but it does present a great opportunity. So I'm going to show you guys MaxFi. I'm going to show Polar-Tensor just because I feel like there's a little bit of carryover and some similarities and kind of the how-tos or what's happening. And then I'm going to show you in Pinex on WeBot kind of a similar thing, just so everything kind of makes sense. So let me jump in and share my screen so we can see what's going on. Get this out. Should we see me? All right, so maxfi.tech, and I'll have a link in the description with my referral if you want to jump in on this, and I'll help you set it up if you need to. You do need to have a DeFi wallet, whether it's MetaMask, Castle, or some of the other ledger ones. Rabby, I think, is one that a lot of people are liking, and we'll do some of those. I have MetaMask just because it's very easy and kind of proven. You connect that wallet directly to it, and boom, money goes in and out. Once you get kind of connected and set up, it is pretty easy and going. I guess the hardest part to remember is to always have the funding and make sure you have the gas fees and to make sure you all have that. So people who are very familiar with crypto will be able to um, transition through this very easy. Um, but once they want to dive into it and try to get started, that's where the learning curve is going to come up. So these are my positions. I got about $400 in that I just started. Um, Based on the parameters that I shared, 10Ds was my AI's referred setup, and this is what we kind of picked um, based on its guidance. There's not a lot of setting up to do. It's just kind of timing your entry is going to be more so than anything. Um, but also, timing in is not going to be, uh, or timing in and missing is not going to be the end of the world because your fees are very reasonable. The fees are 15% of your profits when you withdraw. So whatever you make, they're going to take 15% of the profits on the way out. Um, Very fair and very reasonable on that because I believe they even have we have I think they had the fee structure. So depositing is free, withdrawing is free, harvest fees are free, auto compounding is free, limit orders, no rebalancing is free. The performance fee is 15% of your earnings. So if you make $1,000, they're going to take 150. Very, very reasonable. On the referral program, you're going to earn 3% of your referrals earnings. So of that 15% of their profits, um, you get you get 3%. This comes out of that 15%, not the users. So how cool is that? They're minimizing the fees to you. So again, I'll put my referral link in this. I'll help anybody that is needing help getting set up with this. So just some comparisons to some of the traditional liquidity pool management softwares out there that you might have seen. There's a lot more fees, 2% on the position versus 15% on the earnings. Getting hit with swap fees, the reversion benefit, captured lost, fee earning during rebalance pause is continuous. Um, your MEV exposure, high impossible slippage, none. Very, very cool on that. So much of these have slippage where that's where these guys are skimming off the top and profiting. The fact that they have none, very fair and reasonable. Swap fees, nothing. IL crystallization, deferred, swap at rebalance, yes, at extreme, and then no. So very, very, very reasonable, very cool project. Again, glad I was turned on to this one. This is going to be kind of exciting. So my AI suggested doing Tendy. These are all meme coins, and we're playing with the meme coins because we're trying to capture quick profit and quick movement. Where you can benefit a lot on these liquidity pools is that meme coins are typically lacking liquidity. Um, and that gap in liquidity or that influx of liquidity causes the price to move very dramatically, which is where these fees and this profit can benefit in these like pool liquidity versus, when somebody comes in directly and buys, they immediately have to place a sell to capture that profit. And these liquidity pools are going to be constantly doing that for you so you don't have to throughout. But this one's looking pretty promising. It hasn't been running more than 10 minutes. I just literally just set these up and then I wanted to make this video showing them. So it hasn't even been going for a half an hour yet. And I've already earned 21 cents. As you can see, it's ticking as we're going. So as long as this is staying within the range and the price is moving and fluctuating, the fees are coming out and um, are being taken from the traders and being shared amongst liquidity. So I have a 10.5% range of where the current price is. I just split that and put it on both sides of it. I have a 5 hour delay on the rebalancing. So if the price goes below or above my range, it has to hold that for 5 hours before it would adjust to rebalance to the next one. I haven't had to rebalance yet. Auto rebalancing means that as I'm taking my profit, it's gonna buy more. So I have auto rebalance and compounding to build this position up and take advantage of these fees, um, and this price movement as long as it stays in that range. CashCat is one that I set up about 4 hours ago now, maybe a little bit more than 4 hours. On this one, I did the 0.3% versus the 1%. And I saw that in one of the videos of watching somebody else go. They were talking about while the 1% has higher fees coming through the liquidity pool, because that is the fee that is going to the traders, there's a lot more volume and activity on the point 0.3 because of the smaller fees. So you might not get as big of lumps in them, but you are going to get more of them. So that's where this one, it was up to like a dollar, or it was up to like a dollar, whatever it was, because I had to pay my 15% out of that. But I collected it. So once you earn off the fees, you can collect your fees, and then it deposited it directly into my position value. So that was cool. That already happened. I did it just to kind of test and see what it did. That's where you're seeing that I have 1.06 collected, and this 0.17 has not been collected yet. Again, of this uncollected amount, once I hit collect, that's where 15% comes out, goes to MaxFi. So then this is one that I picked myself. It's a very small position. As you can see, since it's under $50, I can't even have the rebalancing on. I likely will add to this position, which I don't actually think that you can do. So it looks like what I'm going to have to do is I will actually ultimately withdraw this one and have to restart it. But this is one that I just kind of picked on my own just to see. But you can see that there is quite a huge upside on this one. It's already earned 67 cents um, versus the one that my AI recommended of only getting 21 cents. So it's 3 times as active. It's just a smaller position. I kind of went on a little bit on the higher risk side, so I did a wider range. I did a longer delay on the rebalancing just to get that in. And what I probably will do is give this time to make to get it over that $50 position. I'll do the auto rebalancing. I believe that should get me over that, or I should collect my fees and then I can turn auto rebalancing on. Uh, and the auto rebalancing is because I'm sitting between wrapped Ethereum and the AI token. Um, Cashcat wrapped Ethereum, so they're 50-50 on these, and so that's where like as it goes and it rebalances that position every bit or however often it's going to do it, it will. Since I haven't had to reposition, I was just making sure I didn't reposition already or rebalance already. Um, it'll rebalance where you're at based on your profits that you've made and where it's at on the scale. So pretty cool. It's automated as can be. It's pretty simple. You connect your MetaMask or your other DeFi wallet, and you're using your crypto in that to create liquidity for it and create trading activity and volume. So very very cool. This is kind of fun. People are going to sit here and be like, wow, what is this? Why is this just now coming across my desk? Why have I never seen this before? And you probably have. A lot of the AI trading bots and programs and projects that you see that are all making, 0.5% to 2% a day or whatever they try to claim, or 1% a day, likely we're using these because so many people were signing up for those. And you see these guys with 100 million or 200 million or 400 million and more dollars under management. They can't put all of that into trading. If they were purely spot trading, let's use Polar-Tensor for example, their percent yield dropped down drastically as a large institution came in with a multi-$100 million position, and that jumped up the liquidity. So when it went from 128 to $500 million in liquidity in this project, you can't allocate that full 500 to because you would drastically affect the market. The slippage would be too high, where your buys and your sells would eat through the fees, would eat through the trades. You'd have to be in a higher risk on position to risk the price would have to move more in order to get that same profit percentage versus capturing the smaller profit percent and being much safer. That's where you're looking at this now. Instead of being closer to like 0.8 to 1% a day, now it's 0.3% a day kind of thing, much smaller. And they are trading. They've shown on their Binance account. They show that they have the liquidity in there. They show that they have it trading. But behind the scenes, most likely, I bet they also have a liquidity pool that they're utilizing and taking advantage of these on the markets and these exchanges and taking advantage of that profit from the liquidity pools in order to supplement the bot trading and these other projects that they likely will offer. So Polar-Tensor is doing this, but fully automated. So for somebody who doesn't want to have to look for the project or wants to stay in ones that, because you have, in order to be able to do this like a liquidity pool on the main ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Cardano. Those are ones that Polar-Tensor can do because they have a large enough pool to be able to do that with and trade. If you come in here and you're going to look at starting a new position, go to base, and you can see that you have Bitcoin, you have virtual, uh, protocol, Aerodome, Solana, and so you do have some of these bigger ones. But when you go to like Robinhood, and they do have stocks, which I don't, which from what my understanding is that USA residents cannot do these liquidity pools with stocks. I didn't try. We'll see. I started just with a couple meme coins for a sample. Blue chips, you have the stable coin. Altcoins, you're looking at virtual and banker, um, and so you'll see those smaller pool fees on these. So make sure you keep an eye on those because those are what's paying the fees into yours. Um, you can see on some of these, there's USDC, USDT. These ones will be very safe and secure. Um, and there's Bitcoin and Ethereum. Would be a pretty big dynamic pool. Would be interesting to see this one. You can bring up Deck Scanner and bring up their stats and their chart when you're looking at these. So you're looking at this liquidity number, 79,000, and then you're looking at this volume, 4 hour. Oh, buy volume and sell volume. When you look at this volume, when you look at the liquidity, um, it's pretty on par. You're seeing 79,000 in liquidity. There's currently 28,031, which is going to be 59,000. So there's actually more liquidity than placed or volume right now. So that's where that one's not going to be as strong or strong of fees for you. So if you, and what you can look at on one that I did, the meme coin AI, and we bring up this one, you can see that the liquidity is only 60,000, but the volume is 408. So this is almost a difference of 7x, and that's why you're seeing those fees for me on mine flying right now. And I wish I would have done a bigger position. That definitely seems to be the winner. Might be looking at moving some more money over here because we're looking at $57 a day on a $50 position. That's 100% a day. I'm going to make more money than I put into it in a day. Should be capitalizing that. Pretty wild. So we're going to watch this, see how this goes. This might be a major trading tool for me to compare this to the liquidity on our grid bots. Similar to what they're doing. We're creating liquidity. You're creating the placed orders, you're creating the transactions. These have to go back and forth. You're collecting the arbitrage in between them as it goes. And that has to happen to provide more orders to provide those fees. So by putting essentially a liquidity pool in there, you're gonna capture those trade transactions uh, and those fees. So this is going to be fun to watch. I'm going to give you guys my WEBOT referral code because I strongly recommend anybody who's trying to build a position of long-term holding. My personal opinion, I really like the grid bots when you're trying to accumulate crypto that you're trying to hold long-term, whether it's a Bitcoin or whether it's a Texacoin, Hype, or uh, Canton, Link, any of these ones that you think that you want to buy in long term, as this price is moving and fluctuating, you could be taking advantage and accumulating. You hate to buy here and then thinking that the price is going to go up, but the price goes down. You hate to buy here and miss out on this dip before the rip. And that's where a grid bot is going to actively trade for you, accumulate more tokens, and help you, uh, take advantage of that and gain your position instead of just having your money buy and sit. Most people doing meme coins. If you would have just came in here and bought TXC at 34 cents up here at the top, you would be down bad. You'd be down because now price is down to 28, and all of this you could have averaged down, and then all of this you could have taken advantage on profits, and then came back down and sold. So this is where your average, it would have automatically brought your average down, and you would have been able to get a bigger position where you have more coins. Like I said, one of the things that's really cool about this, when it's something that you see long term, um, you just make sure that my profits that I do have are all deposited. So this has been running for 21 days, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 21 days, getting about half a coin a day when the network is running. We saw that the power went down the last couple of days in one of the facilities, and the network lost strength, and it cut into the daily distribution about half, unfortunately. But when you're mining TXC, you're getting about half a token a day right now per 100 hash. And so with $5,000, I have gotten more than 100. Because even if we're looking at the price at my start price was at 23 and the current price is 28, that's 100. Say it's 150. Say I've accumulated 150 tokens, and I can go through and I can look exactly and do the math on what I got. But 150 uh, full coins that I've accumulated is a year's worth of mining for 100 hash. And I did it for the price of 5 hash. I mined a year's worth of, basically, a year's worth of hashing output from 100 hash. So that's where the benefit of being a miner and then also adding money into a grid bot and accumulating and structuring 253 transactions in 3 weeks is what mine has done and has accumulated. So I'm in profit. I am down a little bit on my holding because it's as it's going up, it brings up my average. So I have a lot of coins that are above this price. Um, but and with those fees and such that it's ate into, I might reduce my grid size a little bit to make sure that I can get a little bit more profit because um, I think I do want to capture some profit on the next move. The next move is likely going to be a big one, and my 80 grids right now has been accumulating more than anything. I think we are going to do that actually. We're going to come in here and we're going to edit parameters. Cool with those. We're going to cut this down to 44 and go. Currently sitting at 81, so I'm going to buy a little bit more. That's cool. Bring my average down. I'm just doubling the amount of profit per trade that I'm going to get instead of um, chopping up in fees and accumulating as many as I can. I'm gonna I'm gonna look at trying to capture a little bit more profit on this. And my Polar-Tensor, this one's been running for 6 months, 150, almost 159% in 6 months is what I've had. I started this back in the end of February, coming up right at 6 months for me being in there. And that's the total. So I would have gotten my performance fee taken out of that, and that's where mine is a little bit less than that. I think I've been getting, I think 65% of that. Let's see. 159 times 6.5. I got 103%. So in 6 months, I doubled my position. For my initial, I've added, I've reduced, I've taken some out. It's been awesome. This is automated, hands off. I don't have to look at this. I don't have to think about this. I just have to do it. If you want to get a little bit more active in it, there is ways to make more profit. $400 a day, making $400 invested. My total value currently is worth 402, so that's already down $3 from what I started. So that's probably because Cash Cat is down. and these guys are up. So interesting. I might start a bigger one of these and get some more money over it. But very exciting. Follow this. We'll update this all week, and like I said, I will likely show you guys how to do one. Walk some people through it if they want. Reach out to me. We're gonna play with a couple of these, see what we can build, and this is exciting. So take advantage of your tools. Stay healthy and get wealthy. And have a good one, guys.